Good morning, my friends. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is Tanya, Sidegigcrafts, and I am so very grateful that you are here today spending some time with me. Happy Saturday morning. We're going to be making some fun little projects today. I haven't made one yet in advance, but I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun to make a ID card like we've been making them for a while, but with a botanical feel, like for a floral botanical journal. Maybe she belonged to the Master Gardener class club thing at some point. And I had this idea and I want to create it. And I'm glad you're here with me because I think it's going to be beautiful. I have it here, this Tracy Fox Tatty Butterflies collection. I'm going to quickly show you some of these, you guys, because I have a journal planned. Look at this fabric that I found. I'm going to be making a journal with this soon. I forgot that I had this, to be honest. And this kit is just so stunning. Look at these butterflies. I love butterflies. And I think I've shown this before. Tatty Butterflies is the name of her digitals. So that's Tracy Fox Collected, or Tracy, what does she call it? Fox Creative on Etsy. They're just simply gorgeous. I love them. Love this one. They're just really pretty. So check that out. Go see Tracy's. I'm sure and I know she's got tons of gorgeous things, but I just love these papers. And I printed these out a long time ago. That's why I forgot about them. But I will, when I get my computer back, I will be probably printing more because they're just fantastic. So, excuse me, I'm going to be using these from this kit, Tatty Butterflies, Tracy Fox, Etsy. Can I say that enough? And then, did I put that fabric back in here? I want to make sure. Okay, I did. All right, I wanted to show you that. And then I'm going to be using photos from Art House Whimsy's kit. And this is the Photo Collage Collection Part 3. I picked a few of the photos that I really liked, and we're going to be cutting those for the ID cards. They've got some really cool stuff too. Really wonderful photos, very pretty. Great for lots and lots of things. So go check them out as well. Not sponsored, just love their product. Love their digital kits. So I'm gonna cut these out really quick. And we're gonna be using some index cards today. We're gonna be using some ink today. So we'll be doing some inking techniques. We'll be doing, we're gonna be, I don't know exactly yet, but we'll probably be doing some stamping. We will be doing some stamping. I haven't picked out the stamps I wanted yet. This is as far as I got. Was paper, an idea, and ink. That was the biggest part. I'd say that's pretty good planning for me, isn't it? If you've been here for long, you know, I kind of fly by the seat of my pants on these things. I am very an intuitive crafter. I might have an idea, but I don't know how it's going to come together most of the time. Sometimes, usually it works out okay because I can figure out ways to fix it, but sometimes not so much. So we'll see how this goes. I think it's going to be okay, though. I think this is a low-risk project that anybody should be able to do. So just get out the materials you've got. Maybe you've got some real photos you'd like to use. I probably do, but I didn't want to search through those boxes because I have so many photos of my faux family, and I hate cutting those pictures too. I love just keeping them the way they are. So that's why I like the digital kits, because I can cut those and I can always reprint them. You can't reprint original photos, right? All right, so obviously these are going to be smaller than my index cards, and that is just fine with me because I just want the design in the background. So it's going to be okay with that. But what I do want to do, I want to do some inking here. Now, I think it'd be fun to do some color also. I'm going to put some blue background here. I'm going to kind of, I don't know which blue. Let's see. Maybe something like this in the background for the blue ones. And then how about, maybe like a green for these colors. Maybe like bundled sage for those would be pretty. Let's try that. I was going to do just brown, but let's get interesting. Let's use some color today. What? Me? Color? Yes. Let's do 2 and 2. And then we'll still use brown around the edges, but we're going to just kind of ink around the outsides of these because the picture obviously is going to color. Now, when we ink these, we want to start out on our surface and just kind of lightly go in. It'll give you a much more even look around the edge. So you don't have these streaks and weirdness going on. We want to blend it in. And you can get heavier with it. You just you want to start out smoothly. Just go in circles. It'll kind of get some of that off the glass too. You don't have to do it on glass though. I like the glass because I can still pick up a lot of that ink and it'll come back up onto my brush. You can use paper underneath here, but it's going to collect in your paper. It won't be as easy to pick up that ink off the paper. So I feel like to me, I feel like that's a little bit wasteful because I can't reuse it. You know, it doesn't come up off the paper, but it'll protect your surface. So that's important. Just going around the edges. I don't need to go in the middle because of the picture. The image is going to be there. And I used an oxide, but you could use ink. You can use whatever you want to. Ooh, maybe we could play with water on this a little bit and make it, ooh, that would be fun. Okay, so that's going to look like when we put that image there. Where did I just set them? Right there. So that's going to look like that. Isn't that beautiful? It's going to frame that really nicely. I think I am going to play with water on these a little bit. Let's put that one aside. Let's do the same thing to this one. We'll have two brown, 2 green. So we'll just go around here. I think this would be pretty with coffee dyed paper underneath here too. You could put, or even just coffee dye or cards would be awesome. I just didn't do that. I found a whole stack of cards, guys. I was like, ooh, I'm going to be mass making these. Is 4 considered mass making? I don't know. But we're going to consider it mass making because we can't sit together all day. I got to go to work at some point. But I think I'm going to be mass making these for sure. I may not be able to use, I don't think I have enough of Tracy's papers to do the backgrounds on all of them, but I bet I could find some others. Or I could use some of the bigger images that are in that kit too. You can use whatever you have. You know, if we're doing a botanical theme, then you would just want to use something that's botanical, obviously. Some of this didn't get as dark as I'd like it. And then this cleans up really easy off the glass mat too, which I also appreciate. I do love an easy cleanup because I'm not good at cleaning up. I like to just keep going. I don't like to take time to clean up. But when you're creating, you gotta sometimes, right? Otherwise you just build and build and build your mess. All right, so let's do these green ones. Boy, that pad's not glued down very well. Oh. This is, I think, one of my new colors. I haven't used this one yet. See, I kind of got that little streaky because I came on a little too strong there. Oh, and I found you guys, you're not going to believe this. I actually found my Scorched Timber ink. I did. I pulled out one of them. I guess I didn't find Yeah, I did. I had them both. I labeled them, but they just didn't look as dark as I thought they were supposed to. Look how light they are. I had them all along. I never lost them. I just thought that was a different color because it's so light. Weird, right? So anyways, I have 2 of each, which is perfect because I use it so much. Shouldn't have an issue with losing them again. So that saga's over. I didn't actually lose them. They were right where they were supposed to be. Put away and everything, even labeled. I just couldn't believe how light they were. I thought that was something else. Let's get those papers off there. All right, now because this is oxide, I am going to play with water before I put the images on here because it'll ruin the image. I'm going to put some sprinkles of water on here just to make it look a little bit more worn. Just give it a little bit of interest there, and add some depth and character. So we've got those done. Let me put those brushes out of the way. We'll just kind of do this. I'm going to move those. I'm going to use water. But, oh, goodness, did I put it? That's something I wasn't planning either, but I'm gonna, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, if I can't find my water, there it is. There it is. I knew where it was supposed to live, but was it there? It actually was. Okay. I don't know. This cleaning up my craft room thing so far seems to be working out okay. So let's just kind of drop some water drops. I'm using my hand because I kind of want to control it a little bit more. Just some water drops around the edges. We'll let that sit a little bit. Some of these won't show, so I want to make sure I get some where they will. Up here. All right, that should work. And then what I'm going to do, first I'm going to dab up the water around it so while that sits. And a little bit up here. And that should be pulling up some of that ink and helping it change color. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll pick it up and show you guys in just a second. Let me use some paper towel. Love the green with it's the oxidation. It's turning it a little bit blue. It's really pretty. Okay, so here's these. Can you see the drops there and how that's changed it a bit? Pretty, pretty. And then on the blue, you can see it better on this one. So you can see what that does to it. So it adds just a little bit of flair. Now, while these are sitting here drying, hopefully it won't take too long, we're going to go ahead and cut the images. I need to figure out how big I want them. I don't think they need to be any bigger than an inch. So one of these big squares, I think I can fit their face in there. With the pictures that I chose, I think I can. Wonder if it should be maybe 1.25 inches. Let's try that instead. First of all, actually, well, I can always cut it down if it's too big. So let's just do, we're going to do 1.25 inches. Let's trim this up. And and 1/4 inches tall. That will work right there. Trim that. It's pretty small. 1.25 inches. I don't want to cut her hair off if I don't have to, so let's go back to this side and trim just a sliver off there. All right, that's a pretty good size. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so there's one. I felt like this lady needed to be in there because she's got that tree in the background. She definitely looks like an outdoorsy person. I cut her just a little short there, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. 1.25 inches. 1.25 inches. There we go. Very nice. Let's see if we can get her in there. Try not to cut off the top of her hair. That's probably a little bit too much. There we go. It's got to be a little bit tight there. Cut this lady a little bit long on that side, but that's okay. There we go. It was a little awkward, but that's okay. That was 3. We got one more. 1, 2, 3, and this one. This was a good size one too because she was further away. We could get a little bit more of her in there, which is nice. All right, so we've got those cut down. That's awesome. Quick and awesome. We'll just toss those scraps there. Now, these are still a little damp, but I think we'll be okay to keep going. I think what I'm going to do, because I do want them to dry a little bit more, we're going to go ahead and ink the outside edges of them. And I'm just using Vintage Photo. We could totally grunge these up if we wanted to. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to keep them, you know, a little bit more clean. But I do like them to look a little bit older. Since the photos are, you know, older style, we could only imagine that these would have been through some stuff, right? My birdies are having a field day in there today. I woke up happy. That's nice. Singing me a song. It's funny, when I come in the morning, they're all quiet. And then I say, "Hi, BBs," and they all start singing to me. I love it. All right, so let's ink the outsides of these two. Give them a bit of a highlight. Don't need much, but they're so pretty. Just go quickly around, and one last one. This goes pretty quick, doesn't it? All right, so there's 4. that's that. I'm gonna put my ink up. I know where it's at. Brush right there. Let's go ahead and glue these on. I think it'll be okay. Like I said, I am going a little quickly because, you know, for the video's sake, but I think we're in good shape. Did that pick up water from that? Just, I hope not. I probably splashed a little. My goodness. Just lightly on this paper. We don't want it to be soggy. Okay. You could put potentially put some more design behind this paper, like onto the index card itself. I didn't get any glue under that part. How did I do that? For a little bit more background imaging. I'm not going to do that today. I think it'd be beautiful just the way it is. And I want my focal point to be more of that photo in my project. But you could. And it would add even, well, you know what? Let's do some of them with and some of them without. How about that? Let's use this one. I love my print stamp. And we'll use that Scorched Timber stamp. We'll do one of the green ones with and one of the blue ones with. Just so we can kind of get that idea. Actually, I think I like it better. So it's just got a little bit. Let's do a green one since we have this out. Okay. And so we have two of those. Okay. Let's see how that works behind there. I'll glue it on and I'll show you the difference between the two a little closer. I know it's kind of hard to see sometimes when in the camera. Put that there. You can see the difference between the two. Which do you like better? It's just really subtle back there, but it definitely adds something, doesn't it? So you do it however you want to. You do you. All right, these are going to be on these. I think for me, it would depend on what kind of journal I'm putting it in. Maybe, no, I have a preference. I have style. I can't deny it. I do appreciate the grunge a little bit more. I just love vintage things, guys. It's not that I like a dirty feel or anything. I appreciate older things that just, have been around. I love the history behind it. So it's not about the grunge look necessarily. I just love the history aspect. That's what I find intriguing and interesting about it. So, okay. Now I need to be able to put these on here so they're not hidden too much by the design. I'm gonna have to ink around the outside of these too, I think. Or I'll have to put something behind them. I think the inking should work. I'm gonna do kind of a heavy inking on it so it looks like it's outlined. But you'll see how it makes it pop off the paper, off the design a bit more. Let's see how that works, but a little bit better. And there should be a fourth one. There she is. All right, so there's 4. Now, one of the things that gave me this idea is this itty bitty stamp by Unity. And it says, consider how the flowers grow. And I wanted to use this like their symbol. And what I'd like to do, I don't know if this is the color I want to use. I don't think this is the color I want to use for that, though. I think I want to use something a little more subtle. Walnut stain. Isn't it funny that I think of that as subtle, but compared to the scorched timber, it is. All right. So let's go ahead and take the paper backing off of this one. Stick it on there. Let's rub it just to make sure it's kind of primed. I could probably stamp off on something else to make sure that it's going to stamp real well. I'm sure it will. I've never used this one yet, obviously. And of course it's perfect. See, isn't that a cute, that would be a cute symbol for them, for their little club. We'll just put that right there in the middle. Doesn't need to be perfect. It does, I do want it to be stamping somewhat perfectly, but if it doesn't all show, it's just, I'm just kind of expecting it to be like a watermark. Okay, there we go. There's that. Let's stamp that one off. I love that. That's so pretty. Okay, and then let's figure out where we want to put these. I'm thinking down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Maybe middle left, like that. Maybe even off the paper just a little. Maybe we'll just go right there. Yeah, I like that. What do you think, guys? So far, so good? Hope you said yes. Because that's where I'm going. I like her on that one. If these turn out great, I'm going to make a whole slew of them. Okay, that'll allow us to put like a number under here or some other things as well. It's a little bit more decorative ID stuff, you know. And one last one here. And she's going to cover up this butterfly, but that's okay. I'll just put her over just a little bit so she... There. All right, so there we are with those. Now, I do want to... I'm going to have to cut the video for just a minute and go find the rest of the stamps that I want to decorate these with. I'll come back and we'll finish up. Okay, be right back. Okay, my friends, that was quick and easy. I've got all kinds of random, I've got numbers and things, and I've got numbers and things. I think I have what I need. I probably don't need that set for now, maybe. And then I've got this one that says received, mailed, fragile, received, handled with care, duplicate, notice, filed, approved. I do like the approved on there. I think that would fit nicely like above their heads. Oh, I should have got some lined ones. here. It might be too big. It's going to go off, I think. Shoot. But that's okay. That's okay. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Let's try some of these. Filed would be good though. The filed one would work. Let's see about this one. And let's see what we've got in here. I do have an approved in this kit. Well, some of my stamps got removed from their... Oh, there's the approved. I've got a bag, an envelope full of rubber stamps that got lost from their homes. So some of these might not be here because they're ones that I've used a lot. So I could do this approved. What's this one? This is mail art postcard. No, not those. Approved. I could put that one there. Do we like that one? Let's stamp it off and see if we think we want that on there. I've got some signatures on here. Just found, what are these? Good work. Inspected, approved. There's a smaller approved. Shipped, charged, canceled, paid, original, duplicate, entered in. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Let's do, I think what I want to do, working with what I've got here, that might be kind of fun to put here. Okay. I think I'm going to do that. But I think what I'd like to do is, I know I'm not speaking my full sentences, guys. I'm sorry about that. We're going to put this one in green because that's black. It's a gardening group, right? It's a gardening club. So if it was approved, they wouldn't be in red, although that's what I'd be tempted to do. But that's for something else. I think a gardening club would use a lot of green. So we're going to put this here. Okay, she's been approved, and it doesn't show perfectly well. I'm good with it. It's adding some interest, some color, some fun. I love it. We're not looking for any kind of perfection. These would be ID cards. You know, they probably just slapped that stamp on. They probably knew they had to hit it in that one spot and just slapped it on there and move on to the next one because they've got so much to do. They don't have time to sit there and perfectly place those things, you know. I would like to do this one. We are going to do in... This one we're going to actually do in black soot. Because these are the dates. This would have been printed on there, and they would want this to be very legible. There we go. Even though it goes off, but that's okay. 1996. They're just different numbers. It's okay. It's like we're just making up this story anyway, so. Looking for perfection? Not. Okay. There's that one. Now, I would like to use the signatures I need 4 signatures. They're all going to be different because I said so. 1, 2. I'm not even going to try to read them. 1, 2, 3. And I'm sorry, guys. I do not know where I got these stamps. I don't know. Could have been a Temu find. I'm not sure. I know that at one point I searched for signature stamps, and this is probably what I got from that search. So wherever you look, just search for signature stamps if you're needing some, because that's what I needed was signatures. There's 1. I'm gonna have to put all this stuff back when I'm done. That's okay. 2. I think it goes this way. 3. Last but not least, she's got a long name. She be fancy. There we go. There's 4. Okay, now I do want to do filed, and yes, I'm going to go ahead and use red with that one because why not? I'm going to be using the lumberjack plaid. Oh no, not lumberjack plaid. Not that kind of red. Let's use aged mahogany. I think that would be prettier and lend better to what we're trying to do here, and use a botanical, colorful thing. Should I just put it straight across? Should I put it crooked? Should I put it, how should I put it? I think I'm just going to put it here. That's where it looks like it should go. Filed. What do you think? Filed. Filed. There it is. All right, do we need to add more? I feel like there's so much more we could do. We could put a graph on here and put little signatures. We do need a number. We need a number. They need their identification number. Of course they do. What color is that going to be? That's going to be blue. That is going to be blue. It's going to be, what is it? Mariner's, Chartered Mariner, or Sapphire. Where am I getting? Is there a darker one? Why am I thinking there was a darker one? Faded Jeans. Nope. Is it that one? Did I think that was darker? Uncharted Mariner. They're very different. This used to be my darkest blue, and now it's this one. Oh, I'll take Sapphire. I want the darker one. Love them both. Okay, so we need numbers. Let's look back. I've got number, and then I've got all these different. To be honest, I'm not going to be putting all these in the same book, so I don't care if they all have the same number. I think I'm just going to do that. Just give them all the same one. Number. Make sure it's right side up, because it's going to matter. Number. What is this? That way. Let's see how well that stamps onto something else, or if I need to adjust it. I don't think I need to adjust it. Number. Yeah, it's going to be a little crooked. And maybe just a little closer. Ooh, I could use the lines on here. That would be helpful. That would be super helpful. I think that's what they're there for. That should print a little better. Let's see if that helped at all. I think that's great. Okay, that's going to be great. We're just going to put this right down here, yeah. Right down here. There we go. Now I do have an idea, but I need to see just how big my stamps are. I don't know if it'll work. I think they might be too big. But I have those stamps that you can make your own words with. And I think I could potentially create the word garden. However, Tanya being Tanya, oh, there they are. I was going to say misplaced them. Oh, actually, they might work just great. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's put these together. These were on Amazon. I need... And they come apart. You can just snap them together. That way your letters... See, they have the snap. I need a D. Garden. Perhaps that way. I need a D still. D. Where's the D? There it is. Could I do garden club? See. Oh, come on now. See, come on now. Where is it? There it is. C-O-U, and I need a B. Sure it's here somewhere. Is it in the bag? Could be. Club. There we go. Garden club. So, put the rest of these in here. These are a really decent price as well. Which, like I said, you can find them on Amazon if you're interested in those. Now, I don't want to snap these two together because then it's going to look like garden club, like one word. I don't want to do that. So, let's do it. I wish I had a darker, even darker green. But I don't think I do. Is this one darker? Darker than... We'll find out. I mean, the only way to know is to try it. This is a brand new pad, so I haven't used it yet. Garden. Okay, let's use that one. It is a totally different green. garden club. I kind of messed that up a little bit, but I think it's okay. Would it have been perfect back in the day? Probably not. I mean, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Garden. Club. Does it need anything else? I don't think so. I think we're good, guys. I think that's it. I think this was a lot of fun. I hope that you guys will play and do something, you know, creative today. Do something that makes you happy. You know, use your imagination. The sky is the limit. I know that you'll come up with some beautiful things too, if you feel so inclined. But I think we've got some garden club ID cards. I think they turned out super cute. What do you think? Now, these would be great for journaling on the other side. You could ink these up or stain them however you wanted. Actually, just the work that I've done is stained them up and aged them a little bit already. So I think they're super cute. What do you guys think? Did I do all right? I think they're super fun. So get out your stuff. Go play with what you got. Have some fun. Hit that like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.